Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Building with BdoubleO. Today I give to you a gift. I give to you the very first words out of my mouth today. The first time I've talked is right now. Talked it. I'm sorry, that's proper English. Talked it. And they feel good. My voice feels all right. That's nice to know. But anyway, we are back here. Last episode, we worked on this little church. I got some messages from some people saying they weren't in love with the location. And I get it. Like, if you were to really lay out a city and try to plan things, you maybe put it, somebody said, oh, you should have put it centrally. But still, it would be close. I'm just kind of running out of spaces here, so I thought that would be good. But we've had a lot. I love the conversation that's been stirred up regarding this religion situation. I do have a feeling about this. A couple of feelings and a couple of thoughts. First of all, I don't really love the idea of, hey baby boo, how you do? I don't love the idea of doing Minecraft characters or mobs, whether they be good or bad, as gods. This area, they don't worship the bull. It's just a symbol of their strength. So it's not a worship thing. A lot of people went biblical and they went to the I think Baal. Was it Baal that was the golden calf that was worshipped? I think that was biblical in the Bible. But I'm just using the bull as a symbol of power of power around here. I'm not using it as the religion and what they worship. And I some good ideas. And if I would have thought of this in the first place, it would have worked out well. But like the bull or the religion of the worshiping the golden calf or whatever started here in this area and then is spread out across the world, so we could continue it on other areas, and that would help it make sense. But I would like to go a little bit of a different direction. So we'll work on some of that today. I would like to do like some statues or something cool in here. But we'll see. We'll give it just some time and some thought. I'm going to spend some good time off camera. It's been a little while since we've done a building with BdoubleO because I just launched the Patron server, which has been an absolute blast. Patron members on the server, if you're watching, hi. I've had a fun time playing with you. But yeah, some really cool stuff going on there. I will feature that later, maybe later in the month, because I did show a little sneak peek of the server in my crewcraft video yesterday, but it did trigger. It triggered some people to pledge to get on the server. I did note in the video that if you pledge now, you can't get on the server until March. So yeah, later in the month I'll remind you that it's there, and if you want to pledge to get on, that is an option. But have y'all noticed? Is anybody astute? Has anybody been aware of what's going on around here? B-Dub's messing with breaking the game again. Tell me if you notice. Do you notice? F1 this. Oh, jeezer. Guy! Dude, get out of here, boy. Come on now. I'm trying to have a moment. That was freaking hilarious. He just wearing boots. And he run around panicked. Oh, that was pretty funny. Take two. Do you notice anything different? What do you notice? Speak it. Speak it out loud so your mama can hear. Aha! You see it. Sandstone. So, here's my thoughts, okay? I'm messing with this, and I'm thinking about it. Now, there are several things. Let's talk textures real quick, because I think we're all enjoying this texture stuff. It's pretty freaking fun. But look at the pyramid for example, right? Now, I'm going to try something else, and maybe we'll even try it this episode. But we retextured end stone, right? Let's see if I can find an example of that. We retextured end stone, and we didn't retexture it. We just recolored it, and it fits, right? It fits in very nicely. The thing is, now here's the thing. If I were to put a texture pack together, I would say, this is a problem. These two. This is normal sandstone. This is end stone. These two are very similar. Very similar blocks. And they don't add a whole lot. They're almost too similar. Right? So what are we missing now? What if we were to remove one of these, and obviously I don't want to change the end stone because that would change the entire look of the end. So let's go into sandstone, normal sandstone. What are we missing? And we used to have smooth sandstone, right? But we changed that to the brick, which I think makes more sense. Not with the name smooth sandstone, but to make a brick, you take smooth stone and go like that, right? So if you take sandstone and go like that, it should make a brick, in my opinion. But we lose the smooth that we used to have. So how do we get smooth back? How do we put it back in? Do we actually make this smooth and then change this to the sandstone texture? No. Because then you're going to be digging underground. You're going to be seeing bricks. That doesn't make sense. But this does. And then we got smooth back again. This, you could see this underground. This would make more sense. This actually looks more like a sandstone sort of situation, in my opinion. So what I'm even going to mess with is making it all look like this, all the sandstone. But as of right now, 50% of it looks like this. 16% looks like this with this little block out thing. Another 16% looks like this. This. And then another 16% looks like the regular one, wherever that is. There's several sandstone textures in there right now, and that's just to try to look at all the patterns we have in this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. There's a lot of patterns there. So that's cool. It's a look. But we might go all smooth. That could be good. That could be bad. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's what we're doing with textures. I also did it with red sandstone, although it does feel like it needs a little bit more texture. Like the dark to light here is very strong. There's not a whole lot of dark to light here. Maybe up the contrast a little bit or something. I don't know. But it's not bad. Like it looks good, I think. I'm not hating on it. That's for darn sure. Red sandstone, though, I might leave this in there because we don't have a block that could do this, like the cobblestone look in red sandstone. But anyway, yeah. Now, I recently, I'm doing a lot of talking here because I'm going to be doing a lot of building later. But I recently, yesterday actually, I hopped on that Westeros Craft server that I've talked about for quite some time. And I just kind of looked around. I went around and just kind of browsed some of the cities that they have. It's in 1.7 and the cities are extremely massive. So I, with my computer, was lucky to get a smooth 30 frames per second. But if you're ever looking for inspiration, I really recommend go to their website, go get their launcher. They have a specific launcher on their server or for their server, and just check it out. Obviously, I have no affiliation with them at all, but I've always just been very inspired by what they do. So if you're ever looking for inspiration, you can literally go up to these builds and look at the blocks they used and all that stuff. Just you can see everything that they did to make things look as nice as they do. So definitely worth checking out, in my opinion, if you're looking for inspiration. I got a huge amount of inspiration from it. It was certainly good for me. Why can't I not break a dat? Really? I can't break that, huh? Wow. Okay. I just need to clean this up because it's been throwing me off. And we're getting kind of a close-up view of the textures. I want you to be able to see that too. But anyway, I'm just gonna log off. No, I'm not gonna log off. I'm gonna cut recording here, and I'm gonna get to work on some building and stuff. Okay, and we will see y'all in a little bit. All right, don't get mad. Don't get mad. B-Dubs is in creative. In a test world. In a test world. But, so I think today's episode is probably going to be quite a bit in this creative world. And if we can get it implemented into our world, then that's great too. I'll try to do that. But, nice placements. Jeez. But I really want, let's do full block there. That's good. I'm kind of getting, not necessarily sidetracked, but I'm getting a little bit of an eye-opening on this situation and what needs to be done. So, yeah, for now, that'll work. Whatever. But I kind of got this statue here. That I was just messing with some things, and this one's garbage proof. Oh, now it will ruin. So this is cool. This is cool. Implementing some color and stuff can be good. Color can be very, very important because what I want to do now is I'm fairly happy with this statue, kind of. I think it's okay. It's not bad. There are some weird things that I might end up changing and editing with it, but basically you have a god here holding a grass block. It could be, you know, stone or something else, who knows, but I think it's pretty cool. I think this works. But what I want to do, if we're going to be doing these all over the place in a lot of different areas on different scales and different buildings, I want to try to build different potential representations of this. So this is like maybe the largest scale you would see this god, the god of Earth. Wouldn't see it at any larger scale than this, right? But what if we need to tone it down? The other thing is this one is also on a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 this way. So actually in our temple, it's like this. Our temple is like this. In the corners, let me show you. I'm trying to. Jeez. Okay, our temple is like this in the corner. And if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, it works perfectly. No, it's like this. It goes like that and then goes like this, right? And then like this. So once we scale it down like that, I don't know what I'm freaking doing. But there was a slight problem where doing it like this. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. When you have it come in like this, it does throw it off. So it would have to kind of try to be backed into this corner. But you see, you need a little more room than that. Might be able to make it work still. But either way, I want to be able to resemble this statue and these other statues that I'm going to make. Different heights, different scales, even... Let's say we were to have a really small place of worship, kind of like in a village area or something like that, and it's just this big, you know, it's small. How do we resemble them? Can we just use like one block to resemble them? Okay, earth, wind would be quartz. Where's quartz? I think I'm going to use quartz to resemble wind, right? Wind, water. It could even be lapis. Earth, wind, and fire, and water. Yeah. Fire could be nether brick. Earth. This would be even easier. Will make even more sense. Earth, wind, fire, water. You know, just have them up on little pedestals or something like that. That would probably be the smallest scale. I don't think we could pull it off with like fences. let's check. Fence, earth, wind, earth, wind, fire, water we couldn't do. But you know, there's things, right? Earth, wind, fire, something for water, maybe. But yeah, so I want to go all the way down to that scale, as small as possible. I want to just try to work out as many possible statue ideas as I can, and then it'll be easy when we come down to that. We have to think, okay, what do we want to build? Oh, let's build a little church area. I may even use one of the glass textures or some glass things to represent it. If we're gonna have certain colors, I don't know. It might change the colors of the banners as well. But anyway, I'm all over the place. But I think you get the idea. I think you get that this could be potentially very exciting. So I'm going to get to work on some more things, okay? Let's see what we can do. That was really cheesy. Stupid idiot. Okay, so I've come up with something fairly interesting here. Oh, I noticed some things that I want to change. But I have built all the statues to our gods. And you know, it's Minecraft, so you have to use your your imagination, just a wee bit. But I think it's a fairly good representation, and it's nice. This feels very, very good because whenever I have a space, I could just pop these bad boys in certain areas if needed, and it can do the trick. So let's go down the line. Let's look at the big ones. We saw this guy, right? I don't know if I've changed him up since. I did do a little thing where I did have the hands like even, they were on the same level. Now I've kind of offset them so it almost looks like it's cradling the block, kind of guarding it, you know. But yeah, they all have capes, and the capes are kind of ways to signify, you know, colors for each. It kind of helps for that in the building aspect of things. So yeah, we see this guy going down the line, right? All of these, and it just kind of shrinks, and then just a grass block, maybe a piece of cobblestone wall when we deal with like the very small, and then obviously there is item frames that we could use as well. The god of wind, I'm going to make that a female, blonde hair, and that's why I have along the backside the blonde hair kind of coming down like that. Might do that a little more extreme. But I made the cape white, and I kind of tried to make it flow a little bit, give it a little more movement, and I think that worked out pretty well. The quartz block seems like it has kind of a little bit of it semi-resembles blowing wind, you know, so I think that works out okay. This will be a little bit difficult because I'll need quite a bit of quartz. This one needs the most quartz, unfortunately, unless I can figure out something better for that. But as you go down the line, it does kind of the same thing. But yeah, you see down here, I forgot that the glass panes do this, which is really, really nice. So just a white glass pane, that does the trick. You could also do, like I said, you could do the birch fence. That could work. Because I am giving options for these. So is there something else that could, I mean, potentially, this would be a little stretch, but potentially that for earth in some areas. It doesn't all have to be the same everywhere. A little bit of a puzzle to figure out kind of is cool. And then obviously item frame to resemble that block. Now here is the god of fire, and I kind of made his cape come up a little higher, tried to give a more of a broad shoulder look. Implemented some orange into the cape as well with the acacia wood, and sticking with some of the nether materials. So mainly the most signifying thing about the statue, not necessarily the blocks themselves, but the shape of it, is that the shoulders are a little more squared off, not as rounded, to kind of try to give just a broader shoulder, a little more of an intimidating feel and look. Obviously at the bottom of these, like this one, it's nice. I feel like these legs and feet are a little too try-hard. Like, they just look funny. So, you know, I'll do some things to kind of, you know, maybe some coal blocks. Coal blocks? Sure. Yeah, that could be cool. coal blocks, like boom, 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 boom. Maybe even boom, like that. You know, god of fire. And then down the line, 3 potential options for this: red glass pane, acacia fence, orange glass pane. And I think I just figured you can't put fire in an item frame without getting like super world edity. So nether brick, nether rack for that. And then the lapis, that's the most watery looking block to me. Ice is possible. I mean, let's do the ice, right? Packed ice would probably be our best bet. But if we did ice, you know, that's okay. Packed ice, that would be okay as well. But that gives more of like a cold feeling, you know? Not necessarily water, but cold. I feel like lapis will be the best. And we have loads of it, I think, so we'll be okay. Light blue in the cape. And I think I'm going to differentiate these capes up a little bit. I'm going to put some just other blocks in them. Like this one could definitely benefit from having like, this is dark green. It could benefit from having like some lime green kind of in there just to make it look a little nicer. You know what I mean? It would just help the cape look a little more interesting and not just the same thing over and over. So I'll do some of that as well. Yeah, that looks even more interesting. That's good. But this one was a little tough. I tried to do a different face block for each one. This one was tough. I think the light blue, like there's blue stained glass. Let's find it. Blue stained glass is cool. Cyan's cool. But that not working for me as much as this is. This seems like that would work out the best, in my opinion. And then pretty much the same thing all the way down the line. This is really nice. This is really nice. And I think maybe I'll edit maybe the orange or the red to have this texture in it, because it is kind of it, and even the white possibly, because it works out fairly well. I mean, this looks like it's supposed to signify something a little more, doesn't it? And then the lapis block in the item frame. So pretty cool. This is how, for this religion, the religion of earth, wind, fire, and water, maybe we'll figure out a religion name for it. But this is how we will signify this, not only throughout the religious buildings, but throughout the city and throughout the homes. So yeah, I think they could be pretty cool. Not bad indeed. As we're playing with the god of fire or god of water, rain follows. A thunderstorm. Okay, we need to say a prayer to him, light a candle, and boom. We're sorry. We repent. All right, back into the real world. I've got some integration going. Some of those statues integrated into our world here. There's some things we need to talk about as a family. Couple of things. But I think it turned out pretty nice. I went with the second largest statue because the largest was just maybe a little too big for in here, and it was a little limiting. Now, you're going to right off the bat feel like this doesn't look great. And the reason why is because the interior of this place is pretty lackluster. It's just kind of the interior walls, and that's it. So I may have built these statues a little prematurely, but I wanted to at least give you guys a look at what it's going to look like in here. By the way, the more I play with this sandstone like this, the more I'm liking it. So buckle your pantyhose. It might be staying. But anyway, there's always people that don't like it. There's always people that do like it. There's always people that like it. No, but yeah, I think this turned out pretty well. I had to go all this episode is going to be late high because it took me quite some time to gather all the materials. I had to do some world traveling and stuff to get around, get everything we need. But I think this works. Now, some things, right? Like these are just flat and maybe even sandstone, which I'm running out of. But I did want to try some things. Some things, I mean, like, once we get these platforms worked out, which will probably be sandstone or wood of some sort, this could work here. It would help light the area, that's for sure. And that little sparkly thing is a little bit, you know, next level with the gods and all that stuff. So that's cool. But I'm also thinking, like we did at the end of that last clip, you know, candles kind of randomly placed around maybe could kind of, I mean, you'd have to use your imagination that it's candles, but people come and they pray to a certain god and light a torch for them. It's lit. It's lit, boys. It's absolutely lit. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an idea. Something like that could work and be cool, possibly. I don't know. This is the next part that we're not going to have time for today, unfortunately. I'm out of wood. I could make more, but we get the idea. Let's say not many people praying to the fire god, right? Not many people in need for a lot of fire around town. And the thing is, in our minds, we've kind of attributed torches with being kind of a gross thing to have just plastered about. Wow, I'm getting a little framey. That's funny. Hopefully it's not framey for you guys. Why framey? Holy freaking cow! 38 frames per second. Well, we are in a new snapshot, so maybe there's some stuff going on, possibly. But we can take these torches down. That's really weird. Why is that doing that? Let's lower the render distance. I don't know about all that. Maybe that'll help us. That did help us a lot. Okay. Very smooth now. But yeah. You know, having those torches around like that, that's kind of a nice look. When they're just, when they're like that, I like that. That's cool. That actually works out pretty well. Now, as you know, fire spread is off, and it has to be left off in this world now at this point. That's just kind of where we're sitting. But yeah, that's pretty good. And then, you know, we detail these walls out in one way or another. I'm not exactly sure how just yet, but they're not going to stay the way they are. So we'll be okay there. So it's cool. Here's another thing, okay? And you guys are creative people. You know, you're creative minded, and you could help me with this. But here are our colors: white, red, light blue, and green, as far as the capes are concerned. If we're going to go with color from these people, those are our colors. It's a little rough. Like, here, you have to almost do it in a proper pattern or something to make it work. Like, let's say we did, do I have like a good solid block? Maybe a log could work. Oops, wrong button. We did like boom, boom, boom. You know, maybe that could work. What I'm basically getting at is like having these all in a row looks kind of strange. You know what I mean? Like when they were in a row like that, you almost feel like it's an Italian flag or something. Maybe which the Italian flag is beautiful, by the way, or Mexican flag too. Mexico flag, Mexico. There's no way to get those apart. They're going to touch in one way or the other. That could be good. So who knows? I mean, we got to figure out some way to have some sort of resemblance for these guys. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, something like that on the buildings could work. But just straight in a row doesn't work. Isn't that funny how that is? Like, I would have never thought of that. I actually didn't think about it until I started placing them like that. And then I started realizing, these can't be straight in a straight line. But I don't know. Let me know. Give me your thoughts. I know this is something we've all been pretty interested in, so I'm anxious to hear what you guys are thinking about this. I'm kind of solidifying our religion here as far as the gods and stuff, but colors and all that sort, I am really interested to hear. You know, if we get a glass texture that could, that might be game breaking. I don't know, or at least breaking the whole vanilla feel of the texture pack. But anyway, yeah, let's call it right there for today. Okay, little different episode today with building with BdoubleO, but we had some really important, serious stuff to work out. I'm gonna call it there for today. I love you guys to death. All right. I'm gonna keep bringing these things to you. We're back on a regular schedule now that I got the Patreon thing launched, and I'm off for now. We'll see you in the next episode.